Hi, Catherine. Uh, let's take a look at this month's how you're doing in your personal channel. And lots of activities over here. And this the boy. We looked at it before. Um, this is very beautiful. We talk about that and in the challenge review. And this is beautiful. The color is very free. That you have a very good sense of colors and spaces. And looks very nice. We come back to take a look at the boy, and the color is very beautiful. But however, I want to talk about your next challenge. I want you to see a little bit more of a light and shadow. I want you to make it stronger. Like over here, the color are very beautiful between the blue purple colors and the yellow green color in the background, and the form over here, the movement, the composition, it looks gorgeous. It looks very beautiful. But looking at in here, I see the light and shadow looks really good. And over here, that's some changes. This is great too. But I also want to see, like in here, what is it? How can I see the light and shadow? I want to have the same quality that you see over there. And also looking at here, I want to see the light and the shadow. Obviously, the light coming from this direction, right? Because I see that the light side over here, that the other side is the shadow side. The same thing. The light side over here, the shadow side. So I want to carry on the consistent light and shadow effect over here. This side should be lighter and the other side should be shadow side. And also, why there's no catch the shadow? I want to see the light shining over here and should shining on some catch the shadow on those two objects, or maybe on over here, and that should be have some catch the shadow over there. So I want you to pay more attention to the lighting, the shadow and the catch the shadow. How much contrast should it be, like between this color and that color? So don't just paying attention to the details. I know the details very beautiful. It's very elegant. But I want them to see more as the form and the relationship. See that the light and shadow, the contrast between that. Okay. So let's talk about the boy. Now we see the reference. Now I'm gonna looking at the boy over here. What I want to talk about is, before I was a little confused why this side has suddenly have some darker color. So, but now I see this is the catch the shadow from another object in front of the boy. But however, we need a little consistency of suggestions. Like say you have the catch the shadow on the boys over here. In that case, I also need to have the catch the shadow on his shoulder. Otherwise, that looks a little bit weird just on his face or her face. But why not on the shoulder? You can see here, her shoulder has light over here, but over here has no the same quality light. So, right, this is the whole catch the shadow over here. So let's take a look. How can we fix that problem? And we're going to pick this color. Maybe make it a little bit darker, like that. And suggest the catch the shadow, the same quality of catch the shadow on top of the shoulder. So in this case, it gives it enough suggestions that people can see. Oh, this is right. This is catch the shadow on this side, right? Let's take a look. If you don't have this, assuming the same quality light over here, so suddenly the baby face have some color tint on it. Well, you don't want the people to think about that. It's a pretty healthy, beautiful baby. Okay, so we need these suggestions. You want to see how those related. I'm going to make this to be because no, I'm going to change it to multiplied. So it's good. So I can see that it has multiplied colors and maybe a little bit less dark. Okay, that's good. Now, what I want to talk about, it is the light side and the shadows of the baby. Right now, it looks like the baby's face, it has suggestions, the light side and the shadow side, but obviously it's not strong enough to show how the baby's head is turning over. Okay, what we're gonna do, we are using the same layer. How about that? Make it simple. So I'm gonna pick a color, a little skin color, a little warmer, like coming over here, and looking at that should be this kind of color. Take a look on the baby. So basically, seeing the baby's head, I want to see the baby's head like this. Okay, the baby's head. I want to have the almost a sphere shape, like a ball shape. And this side is the shadow side. This side is the light side, right? Like this, like an egg shape, like this. And the middle, of course, I have a little value blending over. Yeah, this is right. That's good. Blending over, so I have some soft connection as the edges. So this is the form that we want to have the baby's face look like. Let's coming over here. And let's have a little bit warmer. Okay, here we go. Now come back to the baby's face. We want to have, take a look at, come to find the evidence. Like the baby's face right over here. So this side, right? You see that? It much darker. Include the ear, everything coming over here. Take a look at where it start turning. And coming the face over here, coming down over here, and coming to the chin down over here. Over here has some reflected light. So let's shade the whole shadow side. Now do you see that? As soon as you shade another value over here, and also this has a little bit darker, a little bit clear shadow side. And now the forehead over here also look a little bit turning, like that, simple. And the cheek a little bit turning, coming over, like that. Okay. Because you're looking at the sphere shape, I have a few basic drawing demonstrations in the Drawing Art folder. It's called Drawing Basics. You should see that is, I use the sphere shape, the ball shape, as for some demonstrations. Like over here now, what I want to do, I want to remove some light. So because the light side of the clothing, actually the light coming over here hit the clothing, reflect back the color over here. You see that? I just lift up a little color. So now you can see some reflected light coming over here. So make like the sphere shape over here, and also have some reflected light. It's not as light as the light side. It will hit the table and bounce back the color to that. So let's have a little bit blending into the shadow side, which is you would do like that. And since there's a light, we want to make it a little stronger. Now we want to also have the same light quality over here coming to this side of the shoulder. Right? You see that? It should have some. Let's take a look. Yeah. You can see on this side. Now the baby's body also turning, and we're going to make that a little bit darker to catch the shadow on here. So it's all about the thinking, and you realize that you recognize the need for your material, for your observation, and then you will be able to find those information. They are there. And the top over here, I'm gonna add a little here, like that, maybe a little bit darker, so you can do that. And the bottom over here have a little bit darker color, so I'm gonna come in over here, I'm gonna pick that color. Here you go. And I want that to be a little bit darker over here. And now make it a little bit smaller, coming down over here. You see that that's actually pretty a little bit darker. So I'm gonna make it even darker, like that. Right over here. Let's take a look. And we do a little middle tone. I'm gonna come back over here, add a little middle tone. That good. Let's do on the forehead over here. Now this is the middle tone connecting to between the light side and the shadow side. Okay, like that. And the middle tone over here, you can see the middle tone like that. And also over here between the light side and the shadow side, have some middle tone. And I think the color can be a little bit brighter. So like that. On this side, and the nose over here, and the top of the nose also can be a little coming over. The lightest color is not actually on top of the nose. The lightest color is actually here on the cheek over there. I also put a little middle tone on the cheek over here, just showing that actually turning over. That has a little bit egg shape, that like that. So a little bit middle tone, and it will make it look a little bit interesting like that. But over here too, and coming over here, a little more middle tone, coming over here. But the important is you need to see how dark between the light side and the shadow side, and create that, right? That's very important. Here. Coming over here, now it should be a little bit lighter. Now on the forehead over here, put a little lighter color, coming like this, coming over. And this is actually the light on the top, on this side coming over, so the top over here is not really that light. So like that, just almost like the top of the sphere shape. And I'm gonna use a little blender like that, or you can use the water when you're doing watercolor and soften that. Right, that's good. So the brush I'm using and the digital, it make it look like the pastel. Okay, I have a little color over here, mistake. Okay. Let's take a look, and if we without the toning down the shadow side, how it will look like. First, I'm gonna remove this a little shape over here. Okay, let's take a look. If that's how it look like. The whole shadow side need to be darker. So keep that in mind now. Shadow side need to be darker to create a three-dimensional effect. So hopefully this is helpful for you to move forward.